Oh yeah,
Did
dude.
you design that one yourself? Or?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. That's the fucking Luke
Return of the
Skywalker.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. I figured because the hill. I figured it was either that or Obi
Obi-Wan's,
Wan.
but the Return
Yeah.
of the Jedi one is based off Obi-Wan. So here, it's got a crystal chamber too.
No. That's cool. Dude, that is so fucking cool. Like,
Hang on, what's this?
my eyes were fixed on it so good right there when you did that I didn't even see the blade itself. I just seen the light go up, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is not a retracting one."
You twist it.
That's fucking awesome. Combat ready and everything, isn't it?
Oh, of course. I'm a huge nerd.
That crystal chamber is so fucking cool. Now, is it? Do you only get it in the green or is it RGB?
Oh, it changes colors. I'd have to check the manual to show you.
That is fucking awesome.
I know, huge nerd.
I've never got to see one with a crystal chamber like in person. That is like really dope.
I know. The gold one was the one I got for free for buying that one. I gave that one to Kara, so Kara has two now.
That is fucking awesome.
For the audio listeners, all zero of you currently. I have a fucking samurai sword rack full of lightsabers because I'm an adult child with money. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot.
So we are recording.
Oh yeah, as soon as you started geeking out about the lightsaber, I was like, oh.
Oh, you wanted to get that. I know there is something.
I gotta text Kara back. She's getting me a pizza. Perfect. But yes. So what do you want to start with?
Well,
you want to?
I gotta
because we have 10,000 stories, and I have stuff to talk about because first of all, the New York Post is a goddamn joke.
Well,
you might need to get a little closer to the mic.
Well, there's a couple things, and my biggest thing is, and it's something I've been kind of paying attention to this week. I've been trying to pull up the actual like details of what it was exactly.
Oh, you showed up unprepared. Very professional.
Well, yeah, always. You know how it is.
It's not like you're unemployed and have all day to fuck around. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. So I think this right here.
Yeah, move this phallic object closer to my mouth.
This is actually a different one. This one was actually posted back in 2013, but apparently I'm at the IAEA, for nuclear and stuff like that. Obviously we know that there was some radioactive material went missing this week.
Medical grade radioactive material was lost in transit.
Yep, it arrived at its place it's supposed to be delivered to.
Damaged shipping container.
Yep, damaged container.
Radioactive material.
So apparently, it's a piece of material that they use to calibrate like CT, like scan machines.
Yeah,
but that has caused a bigger look into things since. And
because the Space Force has drones flying around.
True. And which we talked about where, they have radiation sniffers on them. So there's actually
radiation spikes all over the East Coast right now.
All over the country.
I know. I saw the chart earlier. It's nutty.
Did you see the one in Michigan?
Yeah.
It's
no,
insane.
I saw the whole country.
Yeah.
It's like red dots everywhere.
So IAEA, their database on trafficking in nuclear and other radioactive material, just in the past several years, I'm pretty sure it says several years, 4,243 incidents since 1993 of missing radioactive material that they cannot account for. Now, that is just the United States, apparently.
Oh, yeah, no. Orphan sources are everywhere, dude. We've talked about this in private, not on the pod, but orphan sources was one of my favorite rabbit holes to go down when I was overseas.
Well, the biggest thing that, me, I wanted to do what I told you about, when I wanted to go to the military originally. I wanted to go and be a part of NEST team. Nuclear. If anybody doesn't know what that is, it's Nuclear Emergency Security Team. Basically, try to find that and dismantle it if possible. So I've looked into it a little bit more, and they've been, I grew up in the '90s, and one of the biggest things that they talked about, especially during the Clinton administration, was the possibility of tactical nuclear weapons or suitcase nukes. Yeah. And the GRU out of Russia, when the Soviet Union collapsed, they accounted for 80, I think it was like 89 out of 140 something. And
yeah, we have headsets if you want to wear them. I was just making sure that we were coming in all right.
We're good.
Because I totally forgot to turn the goddamn soundboard on, but the mics are recording. I did test that before recording.
That's a rough estimate. Yeah. I mean, just right off the top of my head. Well, now, I think it was reported last year, they said that now it's over 100 and something that they have had missing since the collapse of the Soviet Union. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, then
I know where some of those missing ones are just from my knowledge of horror stories about people finding them in the wild.
Well, and not only that, they said they got a shelf life of like the battery on them. Mainly, you can have them rigged to basically when the battery runs out on them, that's when they detonate. Yeah. I mean, you could do that. I mean, it was meant to do like munition depots and nuclear power plants and infrastructure. That's what it was meant for.
Well, because it's always cheaper to detonate a bomb than it is to properly dispose of it. I know this for a fact because I used to have to escort the Special Forces EOD to help them dispose of bombs.
Mm-hmm. Well, I ran into a guy the other day on TikTok, and I mean, a lot of that you got to take with a grain of salt. You know that.
Oh, of course.
There's a guy on there with a drone company, and I'll send you the link to this guy so you can see what he's talking about. But apparently, he's in charge of a major drone company that helps like supply things for like these big corporations, government contracts, everything like that. He says that he's aware of somebody that he knows who has had hearsay of that they have had several missing nuclear warheads in Ukraine. And a couple of them couldn't be accounted for. One of these guys that he apparently knows put physical hands on the warhead when it was over there, and it's gone missing. So the biggest thing is
fantastic.
Yeah. So
and those are our nukes. Make no mistake, that's not Ukraine's nukes.
Oh yeah,
they don't just have nukes.
No, they get them from somewhere. I mean, whether it be Iran, if it was Soviet,
they're 100% ours, unless they have some old Soviet nuclear warheads that they just happen to have. But I'm pretty sure we confiscated those the moment that we were allowed access into that country.
Next time we go to the...
Because we've been pulling puppet strings on them for a hot minute.
Well, the next time that
the president's an actor, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's very true. I know the next time we go to...
he played a president in a TV show. It was a joke.
Well, then, I guess if you want to go by that standard, you can talk about Ronald Reagan as well.
Also a joke.
Yep. Next time we are at...
He got rid of mental facilities because he watched fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and now look where we're at. There's fucking goddamn... I can't drive down fucking Main Street without having to worry about hitting crackheads. Mm-hmm. Did you hear, by the way, what Dayton's doing?
What?
$6.5 million project to make Main Street fucking smaller.
Why? I mean, what,
North Main.
Are they doing like Section 8 housing or?
No, it's just to make the sidewalks a little bigger. They're taking North Main, that used to be a 2-lane, and they fucking expanded it like 20 years ago. They're taking it down to a 3-lane.
They can't even fix fucking potholes in the road out here, let alone do some shit like that.
It's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam, my friend.
They can't even fix like one area. I mean, look how long they've been working on I-75.
Bro, so to their credit, when I first moved here, the crossing, Freedom Crossing, 70 and 75 was just an overpass.
Yep.
You remember, you're older than me, but I remember them starting construction on that, and that was the beginning of, I was like 8. That was the beginning of my hatred for the color orange.
Man, I'm telling you, these companies, they get, they kill those contracts, man.
Oh,
and they drag them out so long to get money out of the state.
It took them 20 fucking years. I'm 26. Freedom Crossing is technically not done, but it's done.
I mean, it's ridiculous to say the least. I know one thing that so obviously we the
Biggest
whole
intersection in the country.
yes
20
yeah
years to build it.
and I mean
It was perfectly
and
fine the way
even
it
though
was.
you know what, and it's a shame to know that our statistics is like so negative when it comes to that freedom crossing for 70 and 75. I mean, the crossroads of America is what they call it. And then on top of that, you go look at it at the same time, and you go try to look it up, and the very first thing that's going to pop up is like, oh yeah, this is the biggest thing for sexual like human trafficking and stuff. Like it's
And
fucking terrible,
man. It's
man.
also like 8 semis a year drive off the highest fucking bridge.
They do. And
they've built that wall up twice. It used to be your standard concrete barrier, and then a semi fucking hopped over it because he was going. You're supposed to go 40. He was going like 50. He just popped right over the top.
Bro,
it's like a
it's like
a 300-foot drop because there's an underpass all the way at the bottom of that.
Well, if I listen to anything,
there's fucking 2 roads that cross under that bridge, and an underpass below that.
If I listen to anything that my family's told me, especially being in the trucking business, when it comes to that, is like, since they opened that up to a lot of foreigners. Not to say that I'm against that. I mean, the thing is like
anyone can drive
a
truck.
They said
that's a proven fact.
Like they just don't hold up the DOT standards very well.
Of course not. They can't read them. They're intentionally difficult to read for American-born citizens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
And some of these dudes, they're like running a crew of like 3 dudes.
Remember, I was telling you about that.
Yeah, I know. You were telling me about this, and they'll just fucking go smoke meth and drive across the country and deliver your fucking Amazon goods.
Yeah, well, me too. The biggest thing is like I told you,
we all do it.
You will get
drones here. I'll shoot.
You will get 3 guys that run in a semi to where they can constantly keep running. That way, they can get as much money out of it as possible. They'll cut a hole in the passenger floor and piss and shit out of it while they're driving a fucking cab.
Yes, and this is because from where they come from in these second and third world countries, I've fucking been there. The trains and stuff, like all their public transportation, that's all the bathroom is. Like their long distance buses and like trains and stuff. The bus will probably stop and let you out into like a rest stop that's a bathroom, but it's like it's like that fucking Ryan what was the Amazon show? With the terrorists.
Oh,
not the big guy, the fucking, he was on The Office, that guy.
Jack Ryan?
Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
So like in Jack Ryan, like those rest stops where like they're all just shitting in holes, that's fucking real. I've seen them.
Oh shit. Okay.
And like the trains, like their bathrooms, like because they don't have modern plumbing everywhere there. It's just not possible.
I mean, that's kind of a given.
It's just not logistically possible.
I mean, they're still considered to be a third world country.
Yeah, I mean, they all have smartphones, but they shit in a hole. Or like in a hole. It is a hole in the floor. And like there's videos all over TikTok of like people going to like India and the Middle East and seeing this stuff. Like you can go, yeah, I know, Dubai is great. You can go to Dubai. I have a buddy who's gone to Dubai like 3 times in the last 4 months because he has money to blow.
Must be fucking nice. Jesus.
Dog, he bought a $20,000 Rolex. He went back to Dubai this most recent time to go to a fucking concert, like their version of Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's bigger and better.
Yeah.
And it was cool. He had fun. He like got to see Eminem live and stuff, which I'm jealous of course. And I'm jealous of the fact that he makes.
I'm kind of jealous about that.
Right. I am like poster boy for Wigger adjacent. So like I would love to go to an Eminem show and just let it loose because I'll wear the long white T-shirt. I'll look the part. God damn it, it's in my blood. But like so you go those that's like the nice rich area of the Middle East is like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, like those places are the nice rich areas. You go to like the normal area, what we would consider their lower class, which is 95% of the population, they live in dirt huts and they shit in holes. It's just what it is.
You know what, man? I thought it would be really cool to go to Dubai one day and like not only just see like what their culture's like, everything like that, like in the city, because like everything's extravagant there. Like they spend so much money just like on their buildings and their luxuries and everything like that. It would be really cool. But then I seen some like these laws that they have there, and that is fucking crazy, man.
Well, that's the thing. It's it's an oligarchy based government. Like
Mhm.
it's a wealth based government. It's not based in like how the US is based, not even remotely, where the people decide laws. The wealthy people go, I do not like that. Jimmy, and then like fucking they write a
Well,
law.
no, like I watched
They throw somebody's body weight in gold at a law.
I watched a TikTok clip recently where I believe it was Lil Wayne talking about it, and he said that he went to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure he said Dubai, and when he got there, um, one of the higher ups had asked him Lamborghini or Ferrari, and he's like, I thought he was asking me, which one do I prefer, and he's like, I said Lamborghini. He's like, what color? And I think he said like black or something like that. He said, okay, it'll be at your house next week. Like, it's nuts how they can do that shit, man. But it is considered to be one of the richest countries in the world.
So the scarf I have, I don't have it in here. It's actually out in one of my storage containers in the garage. But I have that handmade scarf I have. It was a gift, and like I'm technically not allowed to accept gifts.
Mhm.
Like
it's considered to be like a bribe.
It's considered a bribe, especially for what I was doing. But like, you also can't like say no.
Because it's disrespecting
it's
their culture. It's
disrespectful as fuck.
Yeah.
And like I was dealing with like the head honcho guy, and he was like being super. I'd been dealing with him for like a couple months at this point. He'd been super nice, super professional. I had no problems with him. And like the crew that he brought on, because we hired locals to work on our base and stuff. Like it'll all come out. Don't worry, Syria's free now. See how that's going. Fucking Israel's invading them.
Well, considering the fact that what was it, Israel that just dropped that big fucking bomb on the munitions depot?
Yeah, dude, that was
Holy
crazy.
Jesus, fuck, man! I thought when I first woke up in the morning, and that was the very first video I seen on my phone. Huh?
I can pull that up actually.
Dude, that shit looked like they dropped a tactical nuclear weapon in there. I mean, that's what I thought had happened when I first seen that when I woke up.
It looks so retarded.
I think the only thing that that looked worse than that was the explosion in Beirut.
Oh yeah, hang on, let me pull this up.
And I mean, like that one that exploded in that factory, like what we talked about.
Yeah.
And that was nuts.
All right, is it up? I think it's up. Oh, it might be below that. Let's pull it up. Oh, it's not showing up. That's crazy. Is it? No. I might be retarded.
Hang on. I should have cleaned myself up a little bit before I even thought about getting on camera, Jay.
Bro, who gives a fuck? What are we winning?
Well, I've been, dealing with the septic tank and generators today.
Oh God,
and
I'm an otter.
Huh?
I said, oh God, I'm an otter. Oh fuck. That's not what I wanted.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, for real. I'm fucking retarded. Why won't this pop up? What's your problem?
I take it you're trying to get the
I'm trying to get the window to show up.
the window to show the video that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Please bear with us. We're still trying to get a lot of this figured out.
Yeah, it's fucking. Look at the production quality. It's low.
Yeah. Oh, still better than some of the potatoes that I've seen people record on.
Fair. I mean, it's not like the camera's not bad. It's not. It's meant for like Zoom stuff, but it's not showing up on the thing. But yeah, these bombs are crazy. I can add it in post after they watch me struggle. But it looks nutty.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, the way that thing detonated, it looked like they set off a small tactical nuclear weapon is what it looked like.
It does. It looks
like, and when I was half asleep, that was the very first thing that crossed my mind is like, oh, fuck, they just dropped a nuke in there. And like...
Oh, God. It caused an earthquake. Like, it was actually a big deal.
Yeah, I can't even remember what they said it registered
like
on the Richter scale.
3.3.
Which is fucking crazy, man. But then, I just seen yesterday, it was yesterday, Russia actually just launched a ICBM test and part of a nuclear drill, which I know it's a given. They do this shit every year.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You saw the one they launched off the truck?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I will say that. And what is that? Russia's naval base in Syria targeted by Israel. Oh, that's what we were just talking about. Okay.
Yeah, this is fucking nutty. And so
Or they use?
for context, I was deployed to Syria. I sent you that post actually of my NCO, my platoon sergeant,
Yeah,
on the back of that truck. That
yeah.
was so funny to me. I sent it to him. I was like, "Dad, you're famous. I'm so proud of you."
Well,
That looks crazy.
why did it look like they
Why
were
did it
using?
just start playing?
I mean, why did it look like they were using like F-16s? I mean, is that what that was?
I don't know. Hang on.
I mean, it looked like an F-16, but
Let me find out. Yeah.
huh?
Well, it's Israel.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, they're definitely using F-16s.
Okay, fair enough. But I know.
We pay for all their stuff because we're a good fucking slave. This looks nutty.
But man, shit has just gotten crazy over the past month. You know.
First of all, shit is always crazy.
True.
Shit is always fucking crazy. If it's not here around us,
It just seems like a
somewhere
lot
else.
has happened in a short period of time, and I think that's why
Well,
I say
fucking New Jersey is on alert for a possible nuclear threat. So,
that.
like,
Oh, dude, look, they just shut down airspace for Wright Pat for what? What, 3 to 5 hours the other day?
there was no power in the Wright Pat area of Dayton.
Like, and
What the
they
fuck
even
does
leak-
that mean?
they even-
It's the one of I think it's still the biggest Air Force base in America.
I think the only one that beats it is Nellis. I think is the only
Maybe.
one.
Is that the new name or the?
Well, I mean, you know where that is. It's in Nevada, but
Yeah, I know, but like, is that the new name?
But you know, the point that I was trying to make to somebody the other day when I was talking to him, I was like, that airspace is so restricted that it's on the level of Nellis and
Yeah, and
Groom Lake and
you
everything
know
like
you
that.
know what's so funny about these fucking drones, these aliens that everyone's talking about? Why do all their lights follow FAA guidelines?
I know, but there's been a couple of them that have been like,
Weird looking, but I don't
Yeah.
believe anything that I just see on the
well,
internet.
yeah, for one, you can't even trust.
I
them.
have to see a news report that even then I'm gonna be like, they might be fucked up.
Well,
They
it was a
might be
news
fucked
report.
up.
I don't know if it was ABC or Fox, but I guarantee you, if you pull it up right now, you'll be able to find it. And
What?
people keep saying they're plasmoids or whatever they're called, but they were. It looks like it's a drone with an energy field around it,
I know what you're talking about.
and like,
the fucking Ezekiel looking thing.
yeah, oh yeah, because you had said it looked like one of the angels that it actually described, like the big rings, and because they were on like airing it, trying to get a clear view of it, and zoomed in, and they're like, "What is that? Like, what is that?" But you know, I'm with you. If I can't see it, I chalk it up as the shit that people use AI to build it. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
and
It's
I mean,
fucking
you
not
can't
real.
trust this shit no more.
Fuck. We're so unprepared. Quick, be funny. Shout out your friend.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Steven? Oh yeah, Steven for Lost Paladin Plays. Check him out on YouTube.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but he is a big supporter.
You did say that last time. I had to correct it.
Well,
I put like not sponsored on the fucking video.
I'm gonna
like,
say
when I
that
put
he
his name out.
sponsors because if we needed help with anything, then he probably would help. But yeah, I am definitely gonna give a big shout out to him
So
because
that-
I still gotta send you. Wait, did I send you the link for his channel?
No.
Oh, I didn't think I did.
I just
Okay.
put his name up on
But-
the screen for the video.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking.
I can-
because he's my friend on video games too. So like, I just looked at it, but I don't have like any of his social
Such a
media
great.
stuff.
He's such a great dude, man. I mean, I've known him for
Fucking, I guess
longer than
somebody's
I've
getting
known
fired
you.
from Fox. That's crazy.
I mean, I've known him longer than I've known you actually.
Nice.
And you know, we are still friends. Hell, we met on when I was running a YouTube channel, and we were doing the trophy guide, or like I was trying to do a trophy on Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and he had posted a video on there on how to do it, and we became friends ever since. And you know, it's a shocker that he don't even live that far.
What the fuck is this headline?
What is it?
Oh, fuck off. Oh, I hate this.
And you get some protection on that.
Yeah.
see if I can pull up his. Man, I want to play that
Oh,
Indiana Jones game so bad, and I don't have a fucking Xbox to play it on right now.
So this
Dirty
this
bombs, aliens, holograms, and orbs.
dude,
Drone
this
mania unleashes conspiracy theories.
dog, this motherfucking Rolling Stone article is a crazy headline. With politicians adding fuel to fears of alleged aerial phenomena, explanations are growing more outlandish by the minute. By
Well,
Miles Klee. It's just a regular drone, too. Like, they're showing, like, a phantom drone for this fucking article. Show the actual photo.
I mean,
Getty Images, you're using stock photos, Rolling Stone? What are you?
Well,
what the fuck is this?
and-
Subscribe to read
here
the
you
full
go.
story.
I went
Suck
ahead
my
and
ass.
sent you the link so you can kind of post it in there if you need to for his.
I will.
But I mean, the fact that the main thing that I keep seeing pop up every time I see one of these videos about these fucking drones. What is the main thing that you think I see? Just constantly in comments.
Fucking, fuck if I know, man. UFO?
Fuck, close, but Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I fucking see, man.
It's
And people
fake, dude. That's a fake
like-
conspiracy theory, just like flat Earth is a fake conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I know. It's just
It's for the low IQ people. I thought like it was pretty real, and then I really thought about it, and I was like, do they need to do that much to control people? No, they're doing it
No.
right now. Like, look at us right now.
we're talking
Rumor,
about it, yeah.
exactly. We're
So,
talking about it. It's
exactly.
working a little bit, but like, it's the people that are enthralled by it. They're the ones that are gonna commit suicide, like they did during Y2K.
And like Heaven's Gate and all that. But
Like, oh
My
God,
main question
Donald
is,
Trump's the president. The Antichrist is here. Shut up. He's old and he's kind of got some weird views, but God damn it,
he's done better than most.
the gas was nice.
What?
I've spent my whole life waiting for pre-2008 gas prices.
I know, right? Man, I remember when I first started driving that I was able to go and fill up for like $1 something a gallon. Like,
Bro, I remember the first time gas got above $3 during the gas crisis.
mhm.
And my parents were like, this is fucking stupid. Why are they making us do this? There's no oil shortage or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, on top of that, like, I remember when gas went over $2 a gallon and everybody thought it was. I would kill to go back and fucking
Bro, do you
get
know
gas
that-
for $2 a gallon.
Yeah, the fucking the term fossil fuel was coined by the oil companies to create the first gas panic
I didn't know that.
because there's a limited amount of oil in the earth. Someone's like, oh my God. No, they just wanted to make more money.
I just feel like if, we have enough on our reserves and we, got enough to where we can do local fracking in order
Bro,
to bring
here's
the
the thing:
prices down.
the Earth makes oil. Like, there's a few different scientists that have talked about it. I was watching a video. The podcast War Mode talks about it a lot, but the Earth just makes oil. It's like blood for the Earth.
Well, it's not even just that. I mean, they've also found other ways to be able to create it synthetically too, but there should be no reason why there should be any kind of
Bro,
shortage. Soon.
I sent you that dude, Nature Jab, on Instagram. I'll link that dude.
Is that the one that made that biodiesel? And all
Bro,
that?
he made biodiesel out of plastic.
Oh yeah, out of plastic. Yeah,
He's turning plastic back into crude oil.
and he's a younger dude too.
Bro, he's my
like,
age.
yeah. Like I was,
And he's
pretty
like
impressed.
really getting after it, like, because he already went to the hospital once because his first gasoline distillery he made, like oil distillery for plastic, fucking exploded.
God, dude.
But he's just like a fucking 24-year-old kid that's just like, I got a fucking welder and a dream, goddammit.
So, speaking of that in particular, I know you watch like Grantham and Kentucky Ballistics.
Not
and-
really.
Oh,
I don't.
You don't?
I
Really?
don't. I've been watching anything except stuff that makes me laugh.
There, I think.
I know of them. I also know of the controversy around a few of those guys. the
Well, like,
fucking
I know-
gun faggots.
Like Kentucky Ballistics. I think it was it that they.
Is he a pedophile too?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. But the fact that one of the weapons he was firing like it had a malfunction on it. and it exploded.
That's happened a few
Yeah.
times to
Yeah,
him
I mean, the
because
one
he
that I
does
seen, it was pretty
self-loaded
bad.
ammo.
I mean, it was pretty
He
bad when I
uses
had seen it.
self-loaded ammo because he's like
He
cool.
purposely blew up a Desert Eagle in one of his videos that I had seen. And I
Yeah,
was like,
because
damn, like,
he's
why?
dumb. He's
You
a
know what?
moron.
I did see something today that I really want to show you.
Like, and that's coming from a guy who's
And
held a literal ball of death in my hand, who was like, "Wow, this could kill me right now." And I've never felt an adrenaline like high like that, and since then, except for like maybe 2 other times,
so
and
you've
both
been
of those,
chasing it ever since.
no,
All
I don't need to. I just smoke a lot of weed.
right. So look at what H&K revealed today.
No, you got it. Oh, I knew it. Is that a AK?
No, it ain't an AK.
AR. Look.
It's it's the MR556 and MR762 A4, and it's the new variant that came out. And H&K specifically,
Suppressed or unsuppressed?
yeah. Well, here's the thing: they specifically marketed it on their Facebook as the civilian variant of the 416 and 417. And I love those guns. They are the one I shot up at the range.
Looks good.
I fucking love that gun. It was great. Like, it was one of the most crisp, clean, like,
Yep, you'll get it. It's all right.
it was great.
We got there.
Yeah, I know. Crisp and clean fucking ARs that I've ever shot. It was one of the best. But the fact that it uses, like, the bolt technology and everything that they brought from the 416.
I just painted mine. It's in the garage. The paint's been setting.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna do some more, but I've got a fucking.
Wait, are you talking about the Ruger that you did, or
Yeah, the Ruger I completely rebuilt, and it's not the same rifle at all.
Well, I didn't know if you had painted the 308 or not.
God no.
Okay, I was like,
God,
what's
no.
wrong with you?
No, that thing's gorgeous.
I know. That's why I was concerned.
I know. But no, I made it like a coffee bean brown, like the whole thing, and I'm gonna go over it and do a black tiger like stripe brush stroke on it, just because shits and giggles I can.
I got a couple things saved that might be able to modify that. Your SIG.
Yeah, I've looked at some stuff.
I mean, I know they make like the carbine like conversion kits, like where you could drop and seal and ready to fire. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I want the one that's like a whole slide. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, the one I did,
I'm not talking about the one where the gun just clips into it. I want one where I have a SMG that I just clipped my fucking SIG to.
Well,
like, took the slide off mine.
Because
I can't run any of those like micro-roni type builds with an optic, and I'm not taking my optic off.
Well, the great thing is, like, I found one that's very similar to the FMG9.
Okay.
And that folds up and everything. It's bad as fuck. It really is.
Oh, fuck. So I do have things prepared now that we're fucking a half hour into this, and we've just been rambling this whole time. I do have, like, some topics, because I've talked with you about this a little bit. But fucking test this at home, kids. QR codes are invisible to people over the age of 47.
Oh Lord, you mentioned this the other day.
It's so
it's
ridiculous.
Like it's like fucking hieroglyphs, dude, to them.
Bro, it's and most of them are bullshitting. They just don't want to learn. But it pulls it up every time I've looked at a QR code. It pulls it up immediately. I have no issues whatsoever. I watched my mother-in-law struggle at a hotel in front of people in a busy hotel lobby, trying to get the QR code on her, holding her fucking phone, like, it's not scanning. It's not.
Yep.
Logan, it's not scanning.
Well, that being said,
it's invisible.
You know how it is. Like, I'm the one that my family goes to when they need anything with technology done.
Bro, you think that your entire family still uses a typewriter just to talk to each other?
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. You despite the fact that all of them work on cars in some way, shape, or form at some point in their life, they all act like technology should have stayed in 1863.
Well, I'm telling you right now that if it was my choice, my grandfather, my dad, my mom, and my uncle would all have a fucking Nextel phone if I could get it still.
Bro.
And just to
you
make
can
everything
buy
simple.
flip phones still.
Grandpa's got one.
I know.
And like,
Kara's fucking dad had a flip phone for the longest time, like a new one every year.
I miss my Nextel and the Motorola Razr that I used to have.
Bro, straight up, I would die for the Razr that slid up and had a keyboard.
I had one of those.
I loved it. I would kill some. I just got a new phone. I almost got the fucking fold up Razr one.
I was given
almost
that.
did.
I was given an
but
option
I was like,
to get
I
this,
will fucking break it because of my job.
Well, Spectrum, when I went in there and got this, this is when the 15 Pro Max first come out. And they were like, hey, you can get a 15 Pro Max, which I was trying to get everything from my old work phone transferred over so I didn't have to start over or lose any pictures or anything like that. So I got another iPhone because that's what they gave me at work. I did have the opportunity to get the new Motorola Razr, and one of the guy's best selling points, to try to sell me that, was, oh, hey, with the Pro Max, your bill is going to be $62 a month with the phone and the bill, unlimited data, unlimited hotspot, everything. Not bad. He's like, if you get the Razr, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. He's like, I think it was $45 a month for everything. But he's like, I know you want it, man. And he's like, I know you want that Razr. And I'm like, kind of do. And he's like,
bro, he hit you with the car salesman.
He did. But it was probably the best pitch that I've heard anybody ever do, though, when it came to that phone. Because he used my age against me.
Oh, he could tell?
Oh, he could tell. Well, he could tell. And then he asked me, he's like, how old are you? I was like, oh, I'm 33. Why? And he's like, well, you don't look it for one. And I was like, well,
he was like, oh, this is a pager faggot. I got him.
I was like,
I got him.
And he's like, so you were around when the original Motorola Razr came out, right? And
boom, nostalgia.
I was like, yeah. And he's like, man, imagine somebody pissing you off so bad and you just snap the phone together and hang up on them.
I almost did it.
I was like, oh man, you got me sold.
Because I almost did it, bro. Because I was looking, because I pay $8 for this phone, which is great, fantastic. I traded. It's not like a Galaxy or anything. I didn't go all out for the $1,200 phone this time. I bought the fucking $500 phone.
Wish I could say the same about mine.
Kara went all out because she upgraded her phone too. She got the fucking $1,200 phone again. I don't give a shit. My phone bill dropped $80 a month just by me doing this.
I still got the Samsung S9 Plus that you gave me.
Bro, I still got
it.
So you remember, I still got my old Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus.
The one you upgraded to when you gave me that one?
Yeah, I still have that because the screen's just broken, but it's $300 to fix. And I have all of my first deployment photos on that phone.
I tried to use the one that you gave me, but I had to download Text Now, and they wouldn't even let me unlock it because, you know why.
Yeah.
And, I was so disappointed because that, even with this having, clear picture and screen on it and good quality, that S9 Plus has a fucking amazing display on it.
It's so good.
Even today, it still holds up.
They are not making any improvements. Why are the phones still the same price?
Well, that's what pissed me off about
They claim the camera's better every year. I've seen no difference. All of you. I've been around long enough. I've seen every generation of fucking cell phones since they started.
Well, here. I got the 15 Pro Max when it came out. And
I remember when they invented the front-facing camera.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
having to take selfies like this.
Well, no, I remember having. It was a Verizon phone, and I can't remember what it's called, but it was a flip phone. And then right at the hinge in the middle of it, where it flips, you could turn the little camera to face towards you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It was like a 2. I think it was like a 2 megabyte camera or something like that. I know that's probably wrong, but. Bro, you know what I'm talking about,
though.
It's
like a 1.8 megabyte.
It was so fucking
megapixel
blurry,
camera,
and I remember
it was a fucking 8-bit camera.
I remember having to hook that up to the computer, and then it being the resolution being so fucking shitty when I uploaded it to MySpace and stuff. But
that's how old this motherfucker is. I didn't have a MySpace.
Yeah,
I was introduced to social media with Facebook. I'm old. This motherfucker had a MySpace.
No, I'll tell you. What I remember.
I do remember what AOL and chat rooms are.
I miss AIM so much, man. AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I miss it. I love that.
Because people used to just. This is something that you think comment sections nowadays are wild? Fucking message boards in the
Oh,
early
they were
2000s
crazy.
were fucking. Because it's people spilling their entire life story on public forums that
And
you
then
can
when you
still find today. Like, nothing
and
disappears.
when you met somebody on there, it was like, oh, ASL. Like, what was your age, sex, location
Yeah.
at? And it's like that's how you got to know somebody in those chat rooms and everything. And then like 90% of the time, you were getting catfished by somebody if you tried that.
Yeah. Every time. Like, oh, I want to meet up. Like, you gotta send me $50 Western Union. And some fucking dude in Florida, he's Cuban, and he's like, $50 will set my family for life.
dude, I remember going on MySpace. I remember being a part of Zanga.
I do remember. I remember Zanga.
I remember being a part of, and this is maybe throwback, Vampire Freaks. Did you ever hear about that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that shit's still alive.
It's not social media anymore.
I know.
It's
I
a
know,
clothing
but
company
it's
they
own-
turned it into.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like those people, like they
Yep.
just moved to Reddit.
Yeah, pretty much.
They just
you're not
moved to
wrong.
Reddit. They're the motherfuckers hanging out in the Dayton sewers
But
with the
yeah,
homeless.
I'm fucking old, dude. I'm fucking old, and I definitely feel it every day.
Bro, my car is younger than me by 1 year. And every time people see me on the road driving, they think I'm like 90 until they get up beside me because of the car I
Well,
drive.
you know how happy it makes me, like when I go in to get ID'd for a vape or cigarettes or anything like that, and I'm like, man, oh man, thanks for doing that. Like, made my day doing that.
Oh, I love fucking with people. Like, all the time about my ID. Because, like, I go to my regular stops, like the gas station at the end of my neighborhood. It's pretty fucking good. I went, like, and I'll pull out my ID every time, even though they know who I am. And I just tell them, like, it's for the cameras. Because if y'all get checked, like, I look 17. I look like a stressed out 19-year-old is what I get all the time for some reason.
Pretty good try.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does. It's still got some left in it, but um, lemon heads.
Not bad.
Not
I'm
bad.
not a big sour person for, like, vape
This
stuff.
is free, so I can't. It's gonna run out by the
Not
end of the
gonna
night.
complain.
Yeah,
Can't
I mean
complain
it's gonna
about
run out
free.
by the end of the night.
Yeah.
But I know. Yeah, man. I feel fucking old. Like the fact that my birthday's next month,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna be 34, and it dawned on me the other day, like
Yeah, you're only 10 years.
I'm almost going into my 40s. Like
You're only 10 years younger than my mom.
but you know what though? I get a compliment almost like every couple days from at least somebody that's like, "Hey, you don't look your age."
Yeah, but
Like-
my mom also. Like, I think it's like just like that. Like the people born.
Your
through-
mom doesn't look her age.
No,
No.
and she smoked since she was 13. She smoked when she had me, and like I was still a fucking massive baby. But like I was 11 and a half pounds. It's a big fucking
You
baby.
fat motherfucker.
Dog.
Like-
My mom is tiny. You've seen my
Yeah, I have.
But fucking there's like something about like 80 to like 94 where they all like that entire sect of people like
Well, look how small mom is.
yeah.
I mean, look at that. And up until I'd say probably about 12, 13 years ago, she started showing her age a little bit.
Yeah.
But before, I remember her coming picking me up from high school, like to get me out like early, and then being like, they literally stopped her and was like, "Man, why are you out of class?" Like mistaking her to be a student there because she looked that fucking young.
Yeah, my
And-
mom used to joke all the time that she was gonna hook up with one of my friends, and like it's because of my piece of shit stepdad. I was always like, "Fucking do it." I
It's
don't
better
give a
than
fuck.
that.
Like, dude, people telling me they were gonna fuck my mom never hurt my feelings. I'd be like, "You're probably better than my stepdad. So, like, you
I
can
went through
please
this-
try, brother."
I went through the same shit when I was going through high school. Everybody tried to hit on mom because mom tried to be everybody's friend, not be mom at the time.
Well, yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
the goddamn early 2000s. There were no moms back then.
Yeah.
My mom was 17 when I was born.
yeah.
She wasn't a mom. She says all the time that
My-
her and I grew up together. That's why I helped raise 4 kids with my
Well,
mom.
I was gonna say, Aunt Anna,
Yeah.
God rest her soul. She tried to be a mom to me, and Grandma tried to be a mom to me. I think I turned out half decent. Could have been a lot worse, ain't never been to jail, nothing like that.
Yeah,
So,
you do have that on me. So
but yeah, I'm getting up there.
that's why I'm the hooligan. I have the rap sheet.
That's fair. I mean, HoodRat fits me pretty well considering where I'm from.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
grew up around there too, but like, I grew up like right, uh, like to the like I wasn't old enough to realize where I lived by the time we moved out of there. Like when our landlord broke into our house and like just vandalized the whole house, I was too young to realize like, oh, we live in a shitty fucking neighborhood. I was like, oh, there's beetles in the house sometimes, and I was like 7.
I remember.
And there are fucking roaches in our house and our land because we lived in the ghetto.
I remember.
That's why I'm Wigger adjacent. I lived on the border of the Dayton ghetto, the fucking East Side ghetto, and a trailer park that doesn't exist anymore.
I remember coming out of high school because remember I was given that choice, either be expelled or leave, and find somewhere else. But when we moved back to Drexel, because technically that's where I came from.
Yeah.
But when we moved back over to Drexel, I remember still being, 17, 18 years old and like still being in contact with like some of my friends or like I was dating a girl or whatever it might have been. And like their parents like not being okay with them coming over to like where I was. And I'm like, it used to upset me when I was younger. And then, like, as I got older and I seen, like, the shit that happened, I'm like,
oh,
okay,
yeah,
I get
it's
it.
the same,
Like,
it's the
I get
same
it.
reason why even to this day I don't take care of there. Unless I'm just stopping there for like 5 minutes. Even then.
A lot of people get nervous coming through there.
Because especially when I was, more so when you, but like less when I lived there, but like you used to drive down West 3rd, and if you didn't live there, you were getting a brick through your window.
Oh, yeah. Well, did I ever tell you about Mike, my buddy that lived up in Boston when he come and stayed?
I think so. He's the one that was like, "This is fucking crazy."
Yeah, he was. He's from
Boston.
He's from Boston, and like
he was in South Dayton for like a weekend. And
well, yeah, he stayed for I think it was about a week, and the two best parts about when he stayed there was the fact that Grandma whooped his ass in the front yard when they were sparring.
A fucking 93-pound lady who's fucking.
She was almost in her 70s.
Yeah,
and she whooped his ass, and it was fucking hilarious.
Like a fucking Buddhist monk.
And then on top of that, the very first night he stayed, I took him out there and I said, because there's no light pollution over there. Yeah. I mean, we're still a little bit out of the city.
Yeah, there's a fucking like industrial farm right behind the Platte.
Yeah, and so like, I took him outside and he's like, "What are we doing out here?" I was like, "Just wait." And like, we sat on the swing out there and like, he just listened, and all you could hear was like automatic gunfire and everything, every hour on the hour. And he's like, "Man, I don't feel safe being out here." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "You being from Boston, you saying that?" And he's like, "Man, it ain't nothing like this."
Yeah, that's why the outlaws that were around there, they stopped me that one day when I had my motorcycle when I came back from Georgia. Because I used to, before I sold the bike, I would ride.
They're such good guys.
They're great people.
Most of them are great people.
Oh,
man.
They're great dudes, very friendly guys. But they stopped me because I had my fucking gun on my bike because I was going through Drexel on a motorcycle and I passed the chop shop to get to your house. I'm not going on a motorcycle without a gun.
I lived there and I didn't go anywhere without my handgun on me.
Right. But they stopped me one day and like I wasn't worried. I mean, they talked to me before. And they were like, who do you ride with? And I was like, nobody. And they're like, you just open carry? And I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
the fuck I look like to you?
If it wasn't for them, I mean, they keep a lot of the trouble, or what trouble they can keep out of there.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the trouble gets kicked into the fucking street for 45 minutes by you and me until Trotwood finally shows up.
Oh, God, that was a hell of a fucking night. Holy shit. I still remember Sophie looking at me the next day, like my cousin Sophie, and she was like, I watched footage of that. And I'm like, oh, yeah? I was like, how'd you see that?
She's like 12.
She was like, I think she was like 10 or 11, 12 maybe, around somewhere around that. But she's like, Dad, show me the footage. And I'm like, oh. She's like, I didn't think you could be that mean. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you really messed him up.
We're fucking white trash in this family.
And
Dude, I hit my sister with something like that. My 16-year-old sister Lucy, because she started like she got her first job recently, and like she's got like we all have.
she's the one living with your mom up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never met her.
Two
That's
of them
why.
do. The two of them do up there.
Yeah.
They both do. But she's the skinnier one that cut
Well,
all her
I
hair
met
off.
your brother. I met him.
Yeah.
And then obviously your mom.
You
but
met my two sisters just the other
It
day.
may have just been a long time ago when I did meet them.
No, just the other day you saw both of them.
Yeah, I did. Well, that's why I was asking.
But actually they both chopped their hair off. It's fucking Springfield hippy dippy shit. I don't care.
Mm.
They're fucking 16 and 14. I could give a fuck.
Well, you know what? That's a good area for your mom to have them in and for them to grow up in. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Yellow
no,
Springs
it's
is
very
a great place
Oh,
for them
yeah,
to grow up in.
My buddy Johnny, he raised his kids there. They're great kids. I mean, they're a little on the hippy dippy side, but fuck it, they're friendly people.
Well, at least
they'll
grow up in a better place than what we did.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't wish that on most people.
No.
But no, I told her because she was like, people just fucking suck. Like nobody wants to do anything when they're at work, and I was like, I hate to break it to you, you have something called work ethic, and it's a byproduct of being
she's
poor
talking
as
about
fuck.
Oh, you're talking about like her actual work
Her
ethic?
actual job. She worked at the grocery store in Yellow Springs.
Yeah.
And she complained about her coworkers not wanting to do any work while they were on the
Of
job.
people nowadays.
Yeah, but I was like, hey, you were blessed with this thing. And when I say blessed, I really mean cursed with this thing called work ethic. And it's because we are dirt fucking poor. We grew up dirt fucking poor.
There was a reason why they always pulled me and you to go do stuff when we worked together. Like, because we were the only two that really put time and effort into what we were doing.
It's the only fucking... Because it's literally when you... So if you did not grow up in the fucking ghetto, white, black, Mexican, whatever it may be, if you didn't grow up in the fucking gutter in a poor community below the fucking poverty line, you probably don't know this, but it really fucking sucks to have to work all the time, and that's all you know, because that's the only way to stay afloat.
Bro, I remember when we got promoted over to TLE from Cat 2.
And I
thought that was the biggest thing ever, man.
Dude, it was like a $2 pay raise.
It was.
And I celebrated like I just became the store manager. I was so happy. And I fucking hated working there.
Shout out to Shad Hartley for that, because, you know, if it wasn't for him, we probably would have never got that opportunity.
Oh, yeah. And he's the main reason we stopped working there, because he had to stop working there.
Yeah. Poor guy. I talked to him recently, too.
Oh, he's doing great, man.
He hurt his back again.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I haven't talked to him that recently.
Yeah. I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He's actually got a YouTube channel of him and Kenny G doing, like, they do, like, their own animation and do, like, dad jokes, and, like, it's funnier than hell, man. I'll have to send it to you.
I forgot he fucking knows him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And, I mean, their content's really cool. I'll have to share it with you. I told him I would.
I'll fucking link it in this.
Because I told him that we still talk to each other and everything, like, on a daily basis. He's like, really? And he's like, you guys are that close still? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah. And he's like, man, I'm really happy to see that.
It's really funny because, like, you're the only person that I've kept in contact with this long. You're really good about it with friends. I am so fucking bad about it.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
You just said you've known Steven longer than you've known me.
I have. There's only certain people, though.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. But, like, you don't know you don't keep in contact with a ton of people.
Like,
very small. But, like, because I have people that hit me up all the time that, like, I only worked with for, like, let's say less than a year.
You just don't like people.
I fucking hate people.
I know you don't.
I fucking hate them. Despise them. Making fun of people in public in my own head is how I keep myself from losing my mind.
Oh my god. I just had something pop up.
But, like, I just don't just don't keep in contact with people very well. Like, people will text me and I'll just be like, I don't have to respond to that right now. It's completely normal for me to ignore that person. That's just like, what have you been up to? And it's not pressing and important. And I don't have the social energy to fucking talk to you right now.
I just thought of something. Let me ask you this, okay? What is the hardest thing you have ever laughed at? And I fucking know that in the top 3
is the one you're thinking about, definitely. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I did pee myself a little bit in Syria, laughing
Oh, it
at
had
it.
to be good then.
Oh, buddy.
I'm just saying that one time with Luke and everything.
Yes,
Oh
no, I
my
know what you're talking about. In
Jesus
in
Christ,
in his
dude.
fucking goddamn, what was it? A Scion box.
Yeah, the Scion XB.
The
Yeah,
Scion box.
and
Uh,
man, what we were out there for what, like an hour and a half.
dude, it was so long. There was nothing going on.
I don't. I think I've laughed more at one other thing in my
Dude,
life.
we basically got paid by Walmart to have the most retarded conversation on the planet for like 90 minutes, and I couldn't breathe for the
Oh, I
last
know.
like 20
That
minutes.
was like one of my fondest memories as far as like how much I laughed in a single period of time. There is only one thing that takes a higher spot than that. And I'm telling you right now, I had to pull the truck. We were down in Tennessee a couple years ago. And so we're going up through the mountains. I'm driving Grandpa's Maverick through the mountains, and I've got it was me, Dad, Grandpa, Uncle Rick, and Uncle Raymond. So got all my uncles there, my dad and Grandpa. And you know, Grandpa's a big fucking Democrat. You know that.
Oh yeah,
And it,
big Reagan guy.
yeah,
Big Reagan guy.
it's not even that. Like he just, man, he's a big Democrat.
Red, white, blue, flying high on the farm.
Like
Simplified tattooed on the left arm.
And
But
I
he's a Democrat. Think about that.
I
Imagine that country song, but he's a Democrat.
I remember
Hates
him.
the gays still.
I remember the conversation coming up,
Hates fags.
and he was talking. Somebody brought something up about Trump. Well, he got mad about the whole Trump thing.
Of course.
He despised Trump. Can't fucking stand him.
Of course.
Well, then,
Even though they look very similar.
well,
I think that's part of it.
Well, somebody brought up here Hillary Clinton,
All right.
and
All right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You already know.
it's
You
a
know
good
how
way
my
to-
you know how my grandpa is. He's a sailor. He's
of
the
course.
Navy. The stereotypes about sailors as far as their personality goes, you know, talking like a sailor, dirty, all that. I don't think I have ever laughed at something as hard as I did in my life.
Please tell me what he said.
He's like, my uncle brought up the whole thing. No, it was dad. Dad brought up the whole thing about Hillary Clinton. And he's like, well, you know, Trump's better than Hillary Clinton and everything. Grandpa was like, well, I'm telling you right now, I'd sleep with Hillary Clinton and everything. I wouldn't even put a bag over her head. And I was laughing so
Oh
fucking
my
hard,
God.
bro. And to make it worse,
Bagless banging Hillary.
to make it worse, Dad's like, Dad, you're disgusting. And he's like, I can't believe you would even think about doing something like that. And he's like, well, look at Nancy Pelosi. He said, I'd do that with no bag over her head too.
Nancy
Oh my
Pelosi's
God.
got some fucking knockers. Dog.
I was laughing so hard that I was crying, and I had to pull the truck over on the fucking mountain
Oh, I bet.
because I was laughing
Because
so
you'll
fucking hard.
die laughing on those mountains. I know where you were too.
I would have given anything and everything to be able to record that whole fucking trip because it would have went viral, 100%.
Dude.
And even dad was like, you know, curled over fucking laughing that hard. And
Dude,
dad don't laugh at shit.
Sometimes you just gotta like turn the camera on your phone and just flip it over because shit's really funny. Because I don't have the video because I didn't do it, but he's the guy that told me to start doing this. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons overseas. It was my first time playing. I'd never played before.
People come up with some wild shit in D&D.
Oh yeah, but our fucking sergeant major came into this tent that we 100% just commandeered and like got everything out of there and like made a table and like we were all sitting in there like because it's like 20 degrees in the desert at night. We're all sitting in there with like the heater going and we're just sitting around like blasting music, like smoking cigarettes inside the tent, just not giving a fuck. Like no, there's no fucking way that this stupid gay wizard is gonna fuck me up that bad. I'm arguing with your role, like yelling at the guy who's our medic. He's like a 19-year-old former Mormon fucking autistic guy.
I think you've told me.
I love him.
about
His first name is my favorite name for a dude, Cyrus, because Cyrus is such a powerful name to me. And every time we saw him, because as soon as we found out his name was Cyrus and that he used to be a Mormon, we just made fun of him constantly because that's just what you do. But this dude was telling us stories about being in the club drunk. He's 19. He's like and he lives in downtown. Like
Does he really?
Oh yeah, dude. He goes to school downtown in Dayton at UD, party school.
Oh yeah.
So we started. It's party school.
I went to a couple parties from UD. So.
Bro, he looks like he looks like Hitler's perfect solution. He looks like the perfect Nazi. And he's talking about and the only exercise I ever saw him do was curls. So this dude's doing curls for the girls all day. Blonde, bright blue eyes. He's as tall as me, 6'1", fucking huge.
Spitting image of a fucking Aryan, basically.
Bro, he looks like the perfect German.
Oh god.
And this dude was our dungeon master for D&D. And he's in this dude would every time he would fucking roll the dice for your damage or whatever you were doing, he would set up a notebook like you were in elementary school to prevent people from cheating.
Yeah.
And he would roll the dice, and he wore these thick SpongeBob glasses, and he would he would fucking his concentration face was like this. That's 78 points of damage.
That is fucking fantastic.
You're dead. You can revive him, but you have to be quick. And I'm just like, Cyrus fucks, dude. This is the guy. This is the best guy on the planet. Cyrus fucks. And so one night, we're in the middle of doing all this, smoking, being retarded, calling each other gay, trying to rape everybody in the Dungeon and Dragons game. Everyone, every character, every NPC we meet in the game that's voiced by our fucking medic.
Can you fuck it?
Bro, he's straight up. Can you fuck it? I roll to seduce the barmaid. I roll to seduce the wolf. I roll to seduce the demon constantly, every time, to the point where we're getting pissed. But so while this is going on, our sergeant major walks in behind us, to do his little I'm here to talk to the soldiers. I didn't know they were doing this. This is a legit report that was being filed, for army morale or something. They sent it off to the Facebook page to be like, look, the sergeant major's interacting with the soldiers. He cares about them. No, he doesn't. But this dude walks in, and there's some private behind him taking pictures of all of us, and we are breaking so many rules. We're smoking cigarettes inside. I'm pretty sure we had one of us had a bottle of alcohol.
Why does that sound like some E4 Mafia shit?
Because that's me.
Yeah, that's what kind of thing.
Well, I'm a forever specialist for a reason. I said no at promotion twice, and they kicked me out the third time for saying no again. They didn't kick me out of the army. Calm down. They just made me a corporal and said, you're going to get dicked down for the last 6 months you're here.
And also gave up the ability to go to sniper school.
I did do that. The 6 years in the armpit, Satan's asshole, is just not worth it.
I don't blame you for wanting to leave.
The fucking guard tried to dangle that shit in front of me, too. The whole time I was in Syria, they were trying to dangle sniper school in front of me. Because
you are a damn good shot.
Well, because so they switched over to the SIGs. I carry a SIG pistol because I'm gay. For any gun heads.
We talked about this about a month ago. You just wanted the G28 they got.
Yes!
And I don't blame you.
I wanted it. It's fun. It's great. It's a great gun. It's fun to shoot.
H&K G28 is a beautiful fucking masterpiece, man.
I also found out I'm a crack shot with a 320. Somebody, I'll have to look for the picture. One of my buddies has a picture of me with a lit cigarette in my mouth. 320 grenade launcher, in my arm, in my shoulder crook, this, just boom, just
320. That's a 6-shot, isn't it?
No,
or no, not 320. That's underbarrel. Yeah, underbarrel.
So it's a standalone.
I'm thinking of the 120. The 120 is a 6-shot.
It's a mortar system. The 120.
Well, I was gonna say.
You're talking about the MG something. Grenade launcher. I know what you're talking about. The barrel, the revolving one. No, this is the one that's a standalone weapon, single shot tube that can be mounted to a weapon. It's an underbarrel compatible, but it is a standalone weapon system. And it's very fun.
The 320, I think, is the one made by H&K. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Fucking autism glitched out. You're like, no, I have to be right.
Okay. Well, no, I just had to make sure.
Know.
No, what I was thinking of
Yeah,
Like,
no, but that's the one that can go to the underbarrel. It's what replaced the fucking the one the Marines used, the 2 fucking 20,
oh,
the
the
30 mil.
203.
Yeah, the 203.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the fucking 40 millimeter
Mm-hmm.
one, the 302. But so we were using chalk rounds, just standing on the wall of our fire base. She's like, boom, just dicking around, just trying to hit like a big water container out in the thing. And so somebody has a picture of me, just like, because we were also trying to get rid of ammo. So I was straight up just like load, fire, load, fire, load, fire, load, fire, load, fire. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
But somebody has a picture of me looking like a complete poser badass in Syria. It was great. I have a lot of those photos actually, of me looking like a poser in Syria.
I bet you those. Well, you did send me some of them while you were over there.
Oh yeah, I fucking. It's funny because like all the official photos, like all the ones that got posted online, I hid for. That's why I like the big because nobody knew I was in Syria. But like that's why the big platoon photo I have out there, you can see me in it. I'm in the photo. I'm just standing behind the medic,
well,
peeking
like,
my head out like.
It's like your graduation, like the whole thing that they aired for that. It was like you kind of avoided that a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but no, not really. I was the main display. You just couldn't tell it was me.
Yeah. Because I remember watching that.
I was the asshole carrying the machine gun, being like, "Fuck, this is such a far run."
Yeah, because you were carrying the 240, weren't you? Yeah.
It's like a 120-meter run from the back of those trucks because like we can't drive on the grass. It's like it's a fucking all-terrain vehicle. You can't drive on the grass. Fuck you, dude. I have to carry this 30-pound foot machine gun all the way. I have night vision on my helmet. If I trip and fall, there's 150 people watching me, and I'm going to get my fucking shit kicked in by the drill sergeants.
You know what one of my dreams to do is, if I ever hit the lottery, is to go buy a Bradley and just have it parked right out here on the fucking front lawn. Just so when you walk out, you're like, did this thing follow me home or something? Like,
I'm taking it if that's the case. I'm going to emplace that bitch when I buy a house. I'm going to dig a fucking hole in the backyard like a swimming pool, and I'm going to emplace that bitch, and that's going to be a bunker. And it's just going to be the turret sticking out the top like a World War II German emplacement.
And the only reason I say that is because I remember you telling me how much you hated the fucking Bradleys.
I hated working on them. They were the perfect field vehicle because it's like a mobile home. You can sleep in it. It'll keep you warm. They're warm as fuck. They'll keep you warm. You'll sweat your dick off in them. But also at the same time, they're the biggest piece of shit to work on. They were built in the 80s by 20 different engineers. There's a whole documentary about it called The Pentagon Wars. If you've never seen it, please check it out. It describes how they wanted to make a new infantry fighting vehicle. It's how they wanted to make a new reconnaissance vehicle. But they turned it into like this weird Frankenstein amalgamation of fucking infantry fighting vehicle and tank killer. It's like it's the biggest piece of shit in the military, in my opinion, aside from the actual Humvees themselves, solely because they stopped making them in like 1983. I think the last one rolled off the lot in like 83, maybe 82. And they're still around. That was 40 fucking years ago. They're still around.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, but
we haven't made new ones. They just keep taking the shells and stuffing new electronics in it. So they're just full of problems.
It's just like the 1911. Look at that. 2 more wars.
Yeah. Well, we don't actively use those anymore.
I know some of the Marines carry the MEU, but
just working on track vehicles is so dangerous. Like my first month at Fort Stewart, I watched somebody's head get squashed like a grape, and I was like,
you telling me that,
and I was like, oh, he lived, but
yeah,
he's like Dory now. Jello for brain. Broke his orbital socket, I felt, and like I was not directly connected to the situation at all. Like I was just there when it happened, but I felt
wrong time.
Well, I felt bad for the kid that actually like they tried to blame it on because like he was the one technically that took the bolt out of the armor plate last, and like he took this bolt out of this armor plate while this mechanic was underneath
it fell
the armor.
off. I remember that.
Yeah, but like so because they told him to. That's the thing is they told this fucking 19-year-old kid take all the bolts out of this thing. So he did. He didn't. they didn't tell him to take all of them out but one so that we can hook the crane up to this fucking 30-ton piece of shit and lift this armor plate off. So he took the last bolt out, plate didn't fall. He was like, all right, cool, I'm good. And he stepped off like where he was standing on the plate. Plate fell and just pancaked this dude into the engine block of a fucking Bradley, which is the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. The engine is. It's nuts.
And I mean, even in certain, Jesus, man, I couldn't even imagine that happening.
His fucking dome, and he was alive the whole time, kicking and screaming. His fucking dome came out looking almost like a cartoon. Like, I want you to.
Injury is not service
like, do you remember
related.
Treasure Planet?
Yeah.
So you remember when the creepy crab guy's got that fucking fruit, and he's like squeezing it, and then it pops a little. That's what that dude's head was like. But the pop was his orbital socket.
Your injury is not service related.
I mean, the dude's getting paid. He got 100%. Yeah. I followed the story a little bit after it happened because I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I imagine.
But he got paid for the rest of his life. And that was only the first, like, serious accident I witnessed during my stay at Fort Stewart, which was only 3 years and some change.
Mm-hmm.
3 Bradley crewmen died one night. Bradleys fucking kill people. Just like how Ospreys kill Marines, Bradleys kill Scouts. It's nuts. These dudes died. Each one of them died a different way. One of them, because the Bradley, it was late night driving, driver fell asleep. Woke up last second, swerved off a bridge.
You know, I didn't realize like how many actual like deaths there were like in training accidents until you had told me.
It's nuts. Dude.
Yeah.
If you follow any like military influencer stuff, they post like at least once a week. There's some fucking crash, there's some accident, or there's some training malfunction.
I love watching Nico Ortiz, man.
Yeah, bro. the Georgia National Guard, I believe it was in 2018. They were doing a live fire exercise, and somebody opened up on another Georgia National Guardsman during a live fire exercise, and fucking with like a 249. It was a belt-fed machine gun. It was a small one. And fucking killed a dude.
Oh shit!
During a live fire. Like, I know there's another story out of Fort Stewart, a nighttime live shoot where a dude was like. They weren't even supposed to be shooting. The guy was behind his gun when he wasn't supposed to be for the night shoot. And they were downrange fixing something, and this dude like stood up downrange, and the guy was looking through his nods, and he was like, "Oh, look, target." It popped. So he shot him twice.
Isn't it like, you know, the obstacle course that you do at nighttime? I mean, don't they use like live ammunition to shoot over top?
Oh, Nick at night? Yeah. It's just those are straight up just 240s ripping. Like,
yeah, with tracer rounds.
Yeah, with like 10 meters above your head. Like, it's nowhere near you. Like how they show you in like North Korea training videos, or like shooting the mud in front of them. They're not doing that. But like, it's nerve wracking, and you're crawling through a bunch of barbed wire.
I guess they noted the other day that there was a lot of like North Korean troops that got killed over there. I mean,
yeah, they're schmeating off. I've seen the drone footage of them being like, oh, like fucking a wildlife camera.
It's fucking crazy.
That's the name
I don't know what they ever thought to gain out of that.
North Korean wildlife footage.
Oh God!
The North Koreans are invasive species in Ukraine.
I can see somebody fucking taking a video, putting it on Live Leak, and then putting that as the fucking tag for that.
Oh, like,
yeah. Oh God, that or on Reddit. Or
North Korean invasive species terrorizes Ukrainians. Oh God, I actually don't know what I'll name this. Probably like tangents, because we went off on like 50 of them. But I think it's a good episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, check out Lost Paladin Plays on YouTube and Twitch. I actually occasionally make YouTube videos at Scarecrow Games.
Link for everything will be down in the description. For
he's going to start making videos because I'm making him. He's funny. He needs to, and he's autistic, so he has to.
Well, not only that, I really think that
you're one step away from living in an office downtown.
Yeah, I know. But honestly, it'd probably be better than my current situation. But I would very much like to get back into like streaming and stuff. Like I told you that.
I can set up all that for you, dude. I have so much fucking equipment here; it's not even funny.
Well, Devon has got me in part of his videos. Yeah. KSI Hellcat is his name, and then he's a good dude. And little bit on the rage side of Call of Duty when he plays, but
Perfect.
he's a good dude. But that, and then obviously
He's a retard. No,
yeah.
no, I'm kidding.
No, I
I've
mean,
never-
you're not wrong. We're all that way. But him, and then obviously my cousins also asked me to do it, like I told
Yeah,
you earlier.
exactly.
And
So like, we got to get you out there, man.
yeah, I would definitely like
I
to.
got the laptop for you right there.
Oh, that works.
But we're gonna head out of here.
All right, later, guys.
Peace. Let me stop this one now.
You got me.
Shut up!